together, to fight harder, to shout louder. It's time to go red for women.
Who doesn't want a shiny new electronic device? Sure, back home there's a garage or a basement full of old electronics that we don't talk about. But old electronics aren't garbage, and they're not useless. They're full of parts and materials that can be recycled into new electronics or donated to some wonderful causes. That flip phone and old computer can still live on. Recycling electronics is the green thing to do. It's the right thing to do, and it's so easy. Log on to greenergadgets.org and enter your zip code to find the recycling center nearest you.
Explain this to me again.
Okay, we got hammered today, right?
Yeah?
Well, so did a lot of our fans. They go to each other's homes and have game-watching parties.
What he's saying is, while Bob was out there getting blitzed, sorry, Bob,
It's okay.
our fans were getting blitzed.
Why do you think we're still in these pads? They're out there driving home now, too.
Game watching parties can make drunk drivers. Pass up that drink or pass off your keys.
ALS is a tough disease to fight, relentlessly progressive. We have no therapy for it. And virtually everyone who gets the disease ultimately succumbs to it. How do we stop this? How do we break through ALS? The ALS Therapy Alliance has been instrumental in discovery and treatment. The issue is being willing to take risks where we think there's a very high payback. We are a team of fighters. Randy is a fighter. Help us break through ALS.
Thank you.
My little girl loves to play outdoors. It's just too hard to keep her inside. I really don't have enough time to play with her, and she cries if I don't let her out. She does bring home some disgusting things. I don't know what she gets up to while she's gone, but she always comes back.
You wouldn't treat your child this way. Why is it okay for your cat? Please, be responsible. Keep your cat indoors.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Looking for these? You drive Buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Straight ahead on Carolina News. Southwest protest, how some are reacting after a mother in Arizona was deported. We have a local reaction from people here in the Midlands. Plus, what's brewing? You may visit your coffee shop for a pick-me-up, but one coffee shop is picking up the entire community. And later, on the market. A California home on the market is turning a lot of heads. Find out what's up for grabs. Carolina News starts now.
Live from the capital city, Carolina News brings you your news first. With breaking news and in-depth reporting. Up-to-the-minute weather. And all your sports news and highlights. It's all here, now, on Carolina News.
Hello, and welcome to Carolina News. I'm Jada Williams.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Justine Pallas. We are following breaking news this hour as we've received reaction of a Hispanic woman's deportation in Arizona. Brian Principe is in the newsroom with more. Brian?
Protesters literally clung to a vehicle last night that held deportee Guadalupe Garcia de Reyes. The 32-year-old mother of two was detained yesterday in Phoenix and deported within 24 hours of a routine immigration check-in. Garcia de Reyes was arrested and convicted in 2008 for using a fake social security number to work in the United States. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement put in for Garcia de Reyes' deportation in 2014. But only acted on it yesterday, bringing into question why the wait. And while many in Arizona oppose the deportation, others like Representative David Stringer say the exceptions cannot be made for those who break the law and are here illegally.
I don't think people can do illegal things and then hide behind their children and say, well, look, this affects my child.
Here at home in the Palmetto State, on a quiet street in North Columbia, Jorge Leon of the South Carolina Hispanic Outreach Program feels the effects.
Well, my first impression is something that is very sad.
And says for most immigrants, it's a matter of life and death.
They know that returning to their countries, they will have very big issues to survive.
And for Leon, as a legal immigrant from Argentina, he can sleep soundly. But during quiet times, his thoughts turn to others.
When I go to sleep and I have to think in all that brothers and sisters and that are suffering a lot, that have a lot of concerns, and they can't sleep really well.
Leon says the South Carolina Hispanic Outreach Program has been advocating for stronger immigration reform for years, and that mass deportation would be detrimental for the economy. Additionally, over the last 2 weeks, 26 suspected undocumented illegal immigrants were arrested in the Savannah area and have been kept in federal holding facilities in Georgia. Hearings for potential deportation are expected in the coming days. Jada Justine, back to you.
Thanks, Brian. Twitter was a hotspot for politicians last night following the travel ban ruling. While the court decided against reinstating President Trump's controversial travel ban, many familiar Twitter handles hurried to voice their opinion. President Trump tweeted almost immediately, quote, "See you in court. The security of our nation is at stake," end quote. The three-judge panel based their decision on the lack of proof that the U.S. is in any immediate need for the travel ban. Hillary Clinton also turned to Twitter, sending out a simple 3-0, a likely reference to the unanimous vote. Trump's senior advisor Kellyanne Conway then responded to Clinton's tweet with abbreviations for Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan, reminding Clinton that Trump won those traditionally blue states. Conway later addressed the president's "See you in court" tweet.
I think his tweet was perfect when he said, "We'll see you in court."
If the case goes to the Supreme Court, 5 of the 8 sitting justices would have to rule in the president's favor. Otherwise, the Ninth Circuit's ruling remains.
Authorities are trying to determine the identity of a body found in the woods yesterday in Lexington County. The Sheriff's Department says the body was found near the 3900 block of Fish Hatchery Road. The cause of death is unknown. The scene is clear and no other details are available at this time.
Carolina News reporter Brewer Owen is outside the Athletic Village. Brewer, how's it feeling outside?
Thanks, Jada. It is a bright and sunny day out here at the men's tennis match where they are getting ready to take on Old Dominion. Temperatures will stick around in the mid-50s today, and it will be plenty of sunshine. Heading into the weekend, temperatures will ramp up and get a little warmer. Should be sunshine throughout the weekend until next week when temperatures dip back into colder weather. I'll tell you what that weather looks like later on. Back to you guys.
On February 7th, Vice President Mike Pence cast a tie-breaking vote in the Senate to confirm Senator Betsy DeVos as Secretary of Education. Since then, there's been a large backlash in opposition to her confirmation. Our Stan Smith has more.
For me personally, this confirmation process and the drama it engendered has been a bit of a bear.
While the new Secretary of Education jokes about her mishap, protesters to DeVos do not share her sense of humor. At the University of South Carolina, special education professor Mitchell Yell was not impressed with her confirmation hearing.
Potential problem came out of her confirmation hearings, which have become a staple of late-night comedy shows and memes on the internet.
The author of the most used special education books in the country believes she needs to be aware of the law.
And more importantly, and really concerning for me, is the fact that she knows nothing about the education of students with disabilities. It's also concerning that she knew nothing about the law, because that's one of the most important federal laws in education passed since the 1960s.
Student teacher Julian Napolitano, who wants to work in underprivileged public schools, believes DeVos will not help her career.
It's going to help the middle class and upper class students who come from families who know how education works and will take advantage of her policies in charter schools.
Only time will tell if Yell, Napolitano, and protesters will be justified in their feelings for DeVos. Stan Smith, Carolina News.
DeVos was one of Trump's more controversial appointments. Today, DeVos was physically blocked by protesters from entering an elementary school in Southwest D.C. DeVos later issued a statement that she will not be deterred.
A quaint coffee shop on Rosewood Drive here in Columbia may seem just like another place to get a pick-me-up, but for 2 Columbia teens, it is an open door to a successful future. Andrea Esselman spills the beans on how this local buzz is making a difference.
There are so many coffee shops sprouting up around Columbia, so you probably wouldn't notice this one just driving by. But step inside, and you'll find something truly special. Steffi Bridgers is a mother of 4, and she found her inspiration in 2 of her sons.
I have 2 sons with autism, so what I did was I created this cafe, but not only for them to come here and hang out with friends and meet people, but also have a place that they could come to and work.
The cafe quickly became a community where families could feel accepted without worrying about disturbing others.
Having a place that every child can come here and that the moms are safe and they can sit on the couch and have a conversation, and then the kids can sit and play and talk and not feel like we're going shh, shh, shh to them all the time.
Here at the local Buzz, it's about so much more than just the coffee. It's about creating a place of refuge for those affected by special needs and their families. The local Buzz teamed up with Dreher High School in Columbia to give students with special needs an opportunity to build essential life skills. Cameron Jones and Nick Osborne work the coffee stand at Dreher High School, but once a week they work with Sophie at the local Buzz. They love the work.
Y'all like working at the coffee shop?
Yeah, man. And it has taught them how to take care of themselves.
We take the city bus every day when we go to the Buzz, and that is a huge life skill for these boys. And both of these boys could ride the city bus by themselves.
The boys look forward to graduation and getting full-time jobs, but in the meantime, they're busy serving up coffee and smiles whenever they can. Andrea Esselman, Carolina News.
The local Buzz is selling merchandise to help Cameron and Nick pay for transportation to and from the cafe. Steffi hopes that community support will allow the program to continue. Coming up next on Carolina News. Looks like a normal cane, right? Well, looks can be deceiving. Find out why TSA agents stopped the woman carrying this in airport security right after the break.
The women we love, the women who love us, they are dying. Heart disease is our #1 killer, taking more lives than all forms of cancer combined. But we have the power to save those lives, our lives, because the greatest force for women is women. It's time to stand together, to fight harder, to shout louder. It's time to go red for women.
Who doesn't want a shiny new electronic device? Sure, back home there's a garage or a basement full of old electronics that we don't talk about. But old electronics aren't garbage, and they're not useless. They're full of parts and materials that can be recycled into new electronics or donated to some wonderful causes. That flip phone and old computer can still live on. Recycling electronics is the green thing to do. It's the right thing to do, and it's so easy. Log on to greenergadgets.org and enter your zip code to find the recycling center nearest you.
Explain this to me again.
Okay, we got hammered today, right?
Yeah.
Well, so did a lot of our fans. They go to each other's homes and have game-watching parties.
What he's saying is, while Bob was out there getting blitzed, sorry, Bob.
It's okay.
Our fans were getting blitzed.
Why do you think we're still in these pads? They're out there driving home now, too.
Game watching parties can make drunk drivers. Pass up that drink or pass off your keys.
ALS is a tough disease to fight, relentlessly progressive. We have no therapy for it. And virtually everyone who gets the disease ultimately succumbs to it. How do we stop this? How do we break through ALS? The ALS Therapy Alliance has been instrumental in discovery and treatment. The issue is being willing to take risks where we think there's a very high payback. We are a team of fighters. Randy is a fighter. Help us break through ALS.
Thank you.
TSA agents search thousands of bags a day, confiscating liquids over 3.5 ounces and the occasional lithium battery. But rarely do they ever come across something like this. An 80-year-old woman was stopped in security after agents found a hidden sword in her cane. That's TSA regional spokesperson Mark Howell showing the cane to local agents during a demonstration on dangerous items. Howell says people who typically buy canes from thrift stores have no idea that there's a weapon hidden inside.
A massive painting and a staple of Atlanta history is being cut in half, but don't worry, it's just because the painting is being relocated. The cyclorama depicts the Civil War Battle of Atlanta. It's moving to the Atlanta History Museum, where it will have more space. A massive section that will be cut off at the old site will be restored. And it truly is massive. The painting is longer than a football field, as tall as a 4-story building, and it weighs in at 4 tons. The cyclorama debuted in Atlanta in 1886. The painting is unique because of its diorama that creates a 3D effect while still preserving history. The new exhibit will open fall 2018.
There's plenty of Gamecock sports going on this weekend. Brewer, how will the weather be for us?
Hey guys, I'm out here at the softball complex now where there's some games going on this weekend. Temperatures feeling pretty good today. It will warm up this weekend, but next week temperatures will dip. I'll tell you about what those temperatures are looking like next.
Are you getting this, honey?
Oh, prime time. We are rolling.
All right, Mama's gonna bring it home. Mama's gonna bring it home. Okay.
Come on, watch this guy.
Oh, backwards!
Oh, don't. Oh.
It went into Bob and Carol's yard. Oh, no? Okay, here it comes.
Oh, Mom!
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
All right, let's see what you can do. Let's go.
They might surprise you. Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Tonight will definitely be one for the books, science books to be exact. If you're going to be out, take a look up at the sky. You'll find a full moon, but that's not all. We'll also be experiencing an eclipse around 7:43 tonight, and they say great things come in threes. A comet will also fly across the sky. I know I can't wait to go outside and see it. It's really, really interesting. What about you guys?
Yeah, that sounds great. It also sounds like this great trio right here.
There you go.
Dynamite trio.
Yeah, what should we wear tonight if we go see it?
Well, it's not too often that you get to see a comet, so I would definitely try and go out and see this one. But you may need to layer up tonight. Let's take a look at the weather. Currently in Columbia, we're sitting in the mid-50s, so it's feeling pretty good. A low breeze, 7 miles per hour, so that's not going to put too much chill in the air. But as we move on here, having a couple technical difficulties. There we go. Right now, 56 degrees in Columbia. That's going to be the norm for across the state. Up in the upper state, we're going to be in the low 50s. But as you move east, we kind of stick that way until you come down to Hilton Head and see 57. So somewhat chilly right now, but tonight it will get, oh, never mind. This is our national weather map. Right over here, just off the coast of South Carolina, you can see that there is a high, and that is the reason for no clouds in the southeast. This high is pushing all the air out of there. It's going to keep the clouds, the precipitation away from South Carolina for at least a couple days. So that's good news. Also, this high is going to bring weather in from below Florida. That's going to bring some warm temperatures up for this weekend. A lot of things going on in Columbia this weekend, so that will allow you to get out a little bit. And then as we move into tomorrow, you see this high kind of moving down into the Atlantic, more towards Florida. And this band of rain, nothing really to worry about here. That should dissipate pretty quickly. The thing you should watch for are going to be these lows right here. Those will be moving east towards South Carolina. That's going to be our weather maker. Could bring a little bit of rain, some cold air in the coming days. So tonight's lows, it is definitely going to cool off a little bit. 38 in Columbia. Around the state, we're going to be mid-40s and upper 30s. So definitely bring a jacket out for that comet and the eclipse. Definitely something to see, but you're going to want to stay warm. And as we move into tomorrow, it's going to heat right back up. A beautiful Saturday lined up for us. 75 in Columbia. Across the state, we'll see low 70s. So a good day to get out and do some stuff. And then our 5-day forecast. On Saturday and Sunday, as we said, it's going to be sunny. A couple clouds on Sunday, but stuck in the 70s, so that's good stuff. As we move into next week, upper 60s the first half of the week. So that's going to be a little chilly, and at nighttime, it's definitely going to cool off. Grab a jacket, 38 over in Wednesday, and then mid-40s, upper 50s at night for the rest of the week. So a little chilly to close out this week, but not too much to worry about. It will warm up this weekend, and it should be a good one.
All right, awesome. Sounds like a good weekend to go outside. What are you going to do this weekend?
I don't know. I think Eric has some things to talk about with sports that I might take part in, but I'll let him talk about that.
All right. Well, the Lady Gamecocks dominated the Auburn Tigers last night, and see what this weekend has in store for Carolina athletics. All that and more next.
Adopt a dog, adopt a big dog, unless you have a small apartment. But if you have a little grass, get off your ass. Adopt a dog, adopt a dog, adopt a big dog, and you will have a bigger friend. Adopt a dog, adopt a big dog, give him a home he can defend. Ooh.
I just walked by and I said, "What's happening, guys?" And they told me they were making music.
It's the way you walk, it's the way you talk.
They said I could play, so any chance to play at all. You know, that's my life. I love music.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Well, Eric, I know we have a jam-packed schedule for sports coming up. What can we look forward to?
Jada, you're absolutely correct. It is a packed full weekend ahead of us. But we're starting off with the 6th-ranked Lady Gamecocks basketball team taking on the unranked Auburn Tigers last night at home in the Colonial Life Arena. The contest was all but close from the get-go. Tigers were no match for the Lady Gamecocks. Leading the way for the Cox was the dynamic duo in junior Asia Wilson and senior Elena Coates. Wilson led the team with 17 points and 6 rebounds. Coates added 16 of her own points and led the team with 9 rebounds. The two attributed the win to the team's ability to move the ball.
It's pretty nice. It is. It always keeps the defense rocking and rolling, and that's something that we need to really work on. Not letting the defense focus on Leigh and I, but also just moving the ball and just knowing, not letting them not really know where the ball's going. So keeping good movement of the ball is always great.
The Gamecocks will head to Connecticut on Monday to take on the top-ranked Lady Huskies, who are currently on a record 98-game win streak. Head coach Don Staley spoke about the matchup after last night's game.
I mean, it's exciting. Obviously, to play the #1 team in the country, to play them on their floor, to put this team in that environment. I think it's exciting. I think it's exciting for women's basketball, and it's exciting for our program, and hopefully it's exciting for UConn.
The men's tennis team is finally back home this afternoon after their stretch of 3 road matches. The men host a doubleheader starting at noon facing Old Dominion and then going against SC State with a tentative start time at 5 o'clock. Moving next door, the softball team opens up their season this afternoon when they host the Carolina Classic this weekend. The 11-game event starts today at 3 with the Gamecocks facing Ohio in their first contest. If the Cocks sweep the weekend, they will give head coach Beverly Smith her 200th win. Men and women's indoor track and field head to Clemson today to compete in the Tiger Paw Invitational Meet this weekend. The men go into the weekend ranked 25th nationally, while the women sit just outside the top 25, looking to make some noise. The team has 2 meets remaining before the postseason starts. The baseball team continues inter-squad scrimmages this weekend at Founders Park. The first game starts this afternoon at 3. Saturday and Sunday's games start at 1:30. All scrimmages are free to the public. An iconic cheer will be missing from the baseball scrimmage this afternoon. Gamecock superfan Bill Golding passed away early this morning. He was most famous for his catchphrase, "Oot, oot." His love for USC was even greater than his notoriety. Gamecock Baseball tweeted that he was a tremendous fan who loved his Gamecocks. Several former and current Gamecock baseball players flocked to Twitter to express their condolences for Golding's family. He was 84 years old. Really a heartbreaking story to find out. I know so many people that went to the games, that was one of the big reasons why they went, something they look forward to all the time.
Yeah, it's a really big tragedy for the Gamecock family, and I know he brought a great energy to the game, and he will truly be missed.
Absolutely.
A helicopter, exotic cars, a pool with a huge flat screen, your own home theater. But how much does this 38,000 square foot home cost? Find out after the break.
Here we go. We're gonna make some juice.
It's gonna be good.
She's excited. A little bit of kale.
Please don't put this on line.
I'm putting it all over the line.
It's wet. It needs something. No, it'll go.
Don't break my juicer. Looks good.
You ready to try it?
Come on, baby.
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
It's okay.
Okay, all right.
They might surprise you.
She took another sip. You saw it?
Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
There's a monster in my bathtub. There's one on the couch. There's a monster on my bed.
Keep innocent things from triggering an asthma attack.
Please make the monsters go away.
Learn how to stop their asthma attacks at noattacks.org.
There's a lot of nice houses out there, but one California home is definitely setting the bar pretty high. The 38,000 square foot Beverly Hills home is going for, wait for it, $250 million. It comes with the original Airwolf helicopter and 12 cars, including a 1936 Mercedes. You can throw a few frames down the lanes with your friends, or grab a stick and shoot some pool. And after your game, you can sit back, relax, and watch a movie in your own personal home theater. When the day is done, you can go down to one of your 2 wine cellars, open a bottle of some fine wine, and enjoy the view of the hills. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely wouldn't mind retiring and going to that house and never coming back out of it.
Definitely, especially with those two wine cellars.
They're
That would be pretty awesome.
They're gonna have to bargain with me before I can make an offer on that one. That sounds a little pricey. So
that sounds like we're done.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for being with us.
See you tomorrow. Have a great evening.